If anybody left and didn't pay, it all rolled up to me. So I had a debt balance, get this, how much money is this? Anybody say that about stutter? $7.6 million what I owed prepaid legal when I left here in 1988. You wonder why they ran out of money? You know, my distributor that. But when I left here, then all that money started going toward paying this off, all that residual income and all those renewals that Russell was talking about, went to do that. In 18 months, this paid out 100%.
Wow.
And then I started getting a monthly check, because all it was going toward paying that debit balance off for 18 months. I started getting a monthly check in 18 months after January 1988. My first check was $75,000 for the first month. That was 20 years ago. I started getting that first check. 20 years later, I still get a check every month. But unfortunately, some of those people get divorced or die or for some reason or other quit. And all of a sudden, I'm not earning any money anymore. But I'm only earning on the people still paying. But last month, that check was $39,000 after 25 years. What in the world are you doing? Have a heart attack?
There he is.
It's just a phenomenal story, folks, but I'm telling you, there are people in this country, I started off telling you that now, there are people in this country doing more business and build a bigger organization than I built. All they're going to do is stick around and don't give up. And don't let anybody talk you in that the grass is greener on the other side, because the grass ain't greener over there. I can tell you, I've been there. I mean, I've been president of insurance companies. Don't let somebody talk you into the prestige of being president of a bank. The reason they're president of a bank because they work cheap. That's the only reason I know you've got to be president of a bank. But it's just absolutely a fact, and that matters what business it is. So just stick with it, put your focus on, and go. And do whatever you want to do. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, I can tell you anybody in the world can do it, because I had no head start on you. You know, I got $1,000 suits on today. I was wearing $1,000 suits when I was running the service station, because I believe in dressing what you want to be, not what you are. Woo! People just do that, they'll be amazed how that ego will just kick their checkbook up to where they all of a sudden they realize this is a big business. And it truly is a big business. And I just want to vouch for those of you that don't know and haven't read the book that Russell was talking about, this book. There's pictures in here where I was raised. There's a picture here where Harlan Stonecipher was raised. I'm not going to find it. But they're there. And I thought I was poor in Cabot Creek, West Virginia. He was poorer than that in Cole County, Oklahoma. I mean, he didn't even have running water until he went to college. Didn't know what running water was. And so he went from there to where he is today only because of hard work and time. It's right. And I'm telling you, you don't know what it is. I'm telling you, you don't know who those people are going to be. You don't know what, when the time is right. But I'll tell you what, you're not going to have anybody that's ultra successful in your organization that don't find a divine moment in their life and don't put on the blinders and just stay with it and focus and work. And the key word is what? Work. I don't care what it is. But I'm telling you, where else can you go and not and work and make $39,000 a month for doing nothing after 25 years? No place else. I made $1 million last year, but I was doing other stuff besides prepaid legal. But because the prepaid legal enabled me to earn the other money, because I had the money coming in whether I need it or not. And it's a whole lot easier to earn some extra when you don't need it than it is when you do need it. I mean, I tell you, I went to Spain or to Greece. Went to Greece one time. They had this Greece to speak at a national convention. The Salesforce is having over there. They invited me over to speak. And I went over and I was there for 3 days. When I left, I was out for Sunday brunch with the owner of the company over and had me come over and speak. And he pulled two $500 bills out of his pocket and laid them on the table. He said, "They're still good in America." And I said, "Sure. They're not in circulation anymore. You know, you can't go to the bank and get them, but they're still good." He said, "Well, the banks in Greece won't take them. He said, they don't know that they're quality." He said, "Would you mind taking them back for me and cash them in and then send me whatever you get out?" I said, "Sure." So I put them in my pocket. We got about 6 weeks later, I got an email from him. He said, "How big a ranch did you buy at $5,000 in Oklahoma?" Because I forgot all about that $1,000 being there. What I'm telling you is when you got that kind of money that I've made in this business, having $1,000 in your pocket, you forget about it. How many of you would like to be able to walk around with $1,000 in your pocket and not even worry about your insurance? That's the story about this business. That's what it can do for you if you just want to do it. What you got to do, you got to work. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about some things that we get to this paper to pass out. I'm not going to have a question and answer series, but I'd have to have Russell answer. I thought I was pretty educated one time in the insurance business, and I thought I knew everything I could know, and I went to give this speech at this convention where everybody in the company had to be a CLU or a CPCUA or had to be a highly trained insurance salesman to be able to even work for this company. And they invited me there to give a speech to the thing. When I was up there, I said, after I got done, I said, does anybody get any questions? And the guy in the back of the room stood up and asked a question. I didn't even understand the question, let alone the answer. And I said, well, just to show you that that's the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life, I'm going to have my chauffeur in the back of the room answer. And that's what I'm going to do with Russell. So don't, Russell, my chauffeur, he's going to drive me around.
That's right.
Okay, just look at that first page on there. Everybody talks about leaders. How many of you like to be a leader? I don't mean a manager now, a leader. A leader. I usually I'm going to stop right here and tell the story. When I was in high school, I got in all kinds of trouble with the regulatory authorities and got even expelled from school one time. There should be plenty of copies of it. Sure. I even got expelled from school one time because everybody thought that I was being a troublemaker. Because everywhere they looked, there was a bunch of people following me around. We were out doing this kind of stuff and doing that during recess and whatever. And the real world it wasn't anything at all except those people wanted to be where they thought I was going. But that was the attitude I had when I was in school. Even though I wasn't a super student, I wasn't anything else. They thought they wanted to go where I was going, so they followed me. Same thing happened to me in the Air Force. When I went to the military, got to Korea, all of a sudden they thought I was trying to organize everybody in something. Because all the people wanted to follow me, the people I didn't even know were following me. Well, that's what a leader does. A leader is, the followers pick the leader. The leader don't pick who's going to follow them. How many of you know who John Maxwell is?
Yeah.
All of y'all ought to be done. This is awesome John Maxwell's book, The 360-Degree Leader. I'd like to recommend all of you care to buy it because it's worth it. She's talking about the 360-degree leader here on the front page. You can see this. And all he means by that is, if you're going to be a true leader, you're not going to lead the people that's down from you. You lead the people that's ahead of you. You lead the people that's out beside you. You lead everybody if you're a leader. And let me tell you, sometimes a leader isn't a person that's selling the most business. It's a person that's got the most people following because they are getting what they want and getting a benefit out of it. And when you can influence people just like this, on mine I put your boss, I put Harlan Stonecipher's name. Let me tell you something, folks. Harlan Stonecipher is one of the great leaders of the world, but I know one thing, Harlan Stonecipher wouldn't be here today if I hadn't led him down the path to network marketing. I know the company would have never liked it. And Harlan Stonecipher is the best salesman, the best operator I've ever known. I'm not knocking Harlan, but it was too stacked against him. You can't make any money selling something for $6 a month and not having money to support it. So I put down on my list that Harlan Stonecipher was one of the people I was responsible for leading. He put down, just throw it out, don't suit yourself. You'll see that what John Maxwell says down here at the bottom is 99% of all leadership occurs not from the top, but from the middle of the organization. And let me tell you, this organization, this room today, if whoever the top leader is decide to leave this company, if it didn't continue to grow, then he did a lousy job. But his job is to develop leaders that will continue to perpetuate the company after he's gone. And that's just exactly what it comes down to. That's what it'll do for you. That you can lose some leaders or put the leaders in your organization, but if you develop other leaders, they'll pick up. What does it take to be a leader? I mean, a good leader makes sure that the reception desk meetings is handled right. That you have name tags for people that you put on. That you make sure the seating's right. You make sure the room. They may be something that's not selling anybody, but they're setting up the agenda to make it a great meeting.
Right.
And removing the working leaders so that they don't have to waste their time doing all that kind of stuff because they're out leading the pack out in the field. So it takes all kinds of leaders to really build an organization. But I can tell you what, there's not a single organization can survive if the only leader is at the top. If that leader hasn't developed other leaders from outside his organization, inside his organization, if he hadn't helped develop those other leaders, they're not going to survive.